mic, so I'm just going to tap.
Today I'm being interviewed by people estimated here in Children's Hospital for... What am I being interviewed for?
For a news story about your procedure you had done with the pacemaker.
Let's just start back at the beginning. When did you start feeling like you had a problem?
Well, it was pretty much the day after my 12th birthday. I wasn't feeling really good, and I just started throwing up and getting really sick, and I just thought it was, you know, the birthday stuff, and like I got the flu or something, and it just kept going on, and eventually I had to be hospitalized for dehydration and stuff like that. So it was about then.
What, did you have any idea what it could be? I mean, it must have been kind of scary to suddenly have all these stomach problems and have no idea why.
Yeah, it was weird because no one knew what it was, and I mean, they did so many tests on me, and like I've had every test in the book really, and they just didn't know.
You went to what hospital originally?
Originally, I started out at a gastroenterologist's office in the Twin Cities, and they sent me to the Children's Hospital in Minneapolis.
And you were telling me too that when you went back and you really started looking, you realized you'd always kind of had an uneasy stomach. Was that even before age 12?
Yeah, I've always just like had a really like nervous stomach or whatever, and
I know with stomach issues it can be difficult because sometimes people don't necessarily believe kids when they say they have all these stomach issues, or they think that they're trying to get out of something, or they're worrying too much, or whatever. Did you experience that?
Yeah, my parents called it the Mondays because it seemed like every Sunday night I would get really sick, and then it would just keep going on, so they just thought that I was lying or had a big test coming up because it seemed like I had kind of a nervous stomach. It was really hard too when I just figured that that was going to be how it was, because I mean every day I'd call my dad up at work and, oh, I only threw up 7 times today, and that was like an accomplishment.
So by the time you got here, did you have a diagnosis?
Yes, and like the early summer of 2008, they diagnosed me with gastroparesis, which is basically where your nerve cells in your stomach don't work anymore.
And so you came to Children's, and tell me what happened here. Was it Dr. Musa who you met first?
Yeah, I met with her, and she put me on this medication, and she ran a bunch of tests, and it was just a long visit here, and I had to keep coming back and stuff, and the medication seemed to work a little bit for a while, but it just got really bad, and I would get really bloated because the food just would sit there in my stomach after I ate, and I would look like I was pregnant, and it would hurt. And so we came back here, I emailed her and stuff and told her everything that was happening, and she suggested this gastric pacemaker.
And you weren't sure this would be an option for you, right? Because it was pretty much only done in adults?
Yeah, I think in the Mayo Clinic they didn't do stuff like that for people under 18. So when they started talking to me about it down here, I was pretty excited because they were going to offer it to me, and I'm 16 years old.
You've had the surgery. How was that whole experience?
It was good, I think, but yes, they just kind of cut me open like up and down my stomach and kind of made a little pocket so you can put it in, and it's just sitting there, and instead of just like wires connected to my stomach.
Are you able to see anything on the outside, or?
Yeah, there's like a little bump. It's not that noticeable, but you can kind of see like you push on it or something.
And how has it been since having it? It's been 2 or 3 weeks.
It's been really good. I can see an improvement.
For people who just don't know anything about this condition, how amazing is it to have not vomited for as long as you have?
It's incredible because it would be every day, and it would just be so much. And I would talk to people about it, and they'd just be like, "Oh yeah, I haven't thrown up since kindergarten or whatever." And it's like amazing because I get to be like one of those people who don't have to deal with that every day.
You were saying, so it works though, kind of like a heart pacemaker. It actually stimulates your stomach.
Yeah.
And you can feel it?
Yeah, sometimes it depends on like what you're doing or something. You can kind of all of a sudden feel a little like, pulse. It's really cool.
And how, are you going to have any limitations with this? Going through airports, you know what I mean? What's your...
Yeah, there's like a whole list of stuff. They gave us a little book, and there's like, I can't have MRIs, I can't be around metal detectors or like stuff detectors in stores or microwaves or magnetic stuff. And it's a long list, but yeah, it's worth it.
Why is it worth it?
Because I feel better, and I'm really excited to have this.
I want to go back a little bit. You were telling me that, I just wanted you to tell me how frustrating it was dealing with this for so many years. Because you're now 16, so you had 4 years of tests and things not, lots of answers. And you were telling me that you were even taking classes online because of that.
Yeah, oh man, it was tough because it was hard to go to school feeling like this. And I had to actually go to a detention center thing because I just missed so many days, and I thought I was truant and all this stuff. And it was really difficult, and like all my friends just kind of ditched me and stuff because they couldn't deal with it. And so I started taking classes over the phone, which was kind of weird because I had 2 classes on the phone. And then when 10th grade started, I took online school, which has been really easy and a lot better because you can do it wherever.
What are your plans now? Do you think you can go back to a classroom? Do you want to go back to a classroom?
Yeah, I want to go back to school and like get my social life back and learn.
It sounds like you're hopeful about the future, which maybe you haven't been for a while.
But yes, I am hopeful now.
Explain that to me, the difference of feeling like so much time without answers and now having, okay, I've got a diagnosis, I have a plan of action, I have things to look forward to and to expect.
Well, it's a good feeling because for a really long time, it's just been hopeless because I've suffered through this, but I've had a lot of support with people, and now that I'm feeling better, it's just getting stronger, and so I'm really excited and hope that this works.
But how excited to get back to school, make some friends, and basically live a normal life of a teenager instead of what you've been experiencing?
I'm really excited. I get to go back. I probably might be able to do some sports or like do some after-school activities with people that have my interests and like meet friends that I don't have right now. And I'm really excited.
It's difficult, right? Because it's not like you have a broken leg pointing the wrong direction or an open cut or something that you can say, hey, look, something's wrong with me. It's difficult because you're trying to convince teachers and parents that, there's really something wrong. It's not just you trying to not go to school every day, right?
Exactly, yeah. I know that my parents kind of figured that, like, a little bit at the beginning, but then after hearing me complain so much, they kind of figured that, But, yeah, we've been in touch with all the teachers and stuff and had to talk to them and convince them, and it was hectic.
Yeah, I bet sometimes you kind of just wish that you could go in with like a broken jaw and say, here it is.
Exactly.
All right. Well, nice job. Thank you.